Welcome to Chasing News. I'm Bill Spadia. Irma, Category 5 hurricane bearing down on Puerto Rico. What is it going to mean for people who have families in the region, for our region over the next couple days? We're going to have an update for you. Plus, would you get into your truck and head to a place that had been impacted by a natural disaster? Well, one of our own, Frank Luna, did exactly that. He's on his way to Texas to help Harvey victims. Plus, the DREAM Act. Today, President Trump's administration rescinded it, otherwise known as DACA. How will it affect your family? Could it be a nightmare for you? We'll have a full report coming up and get some input on both sides. But I want to start with Irma. Hurricane Irma bearing down on Puerto Rico and Florida. What will it mean for us, and are you prepared? Obviously, there's not a great chance at this point. We don't know because it's still so far off. But if you're at the Jersey Shore, some people still recovering from Sandy, you got to get ready. Ashley Johnson's in Belmar. She's got the full story on storm prep.
Tuesday was a beautiful beach day in Belmar as Hurricane Irma was declared the strongest hurricane ever in the Atlantic basin outside the Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico. The U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico are expected to take a direct hit. Puerto Rico Governor Ricardo Rossello declared state of emergency and the National Guard has been activated. The forecast from the National Hurricane Center puts tropical storm force winds moving into Puerto Rico by Wednesday morning. Florida Governor Rick Scott also declared state of emergency for the entire state. For those near the shore in New Jersey and Delaware, meteorologists are warning of swells Thursday, which are waves caused by strong winds, and waves are expected to reach 4 to 5 feet by Friday. Seabright Mayor Dina Long tweeted, "Delight for local surfers later this week, but better to be prepared than scared." The New Jersey Office of Emergency Management outlines on its website the best way to make a plan during times of disaster and what to keep in an emergency supplies kit, including batteries and important documents in waterproof cases.
I'm worried about the people in other places like Florida, where it'll hit there first, and I hope that they're ready. And it's kind of tough between Houston just happening and now Irma on the heels of it, if you will.
Now we're just going to wait and see. Nothing we can do about it. Hopefully it won't come this way.
Hurricane Irma is expected to remain a powerful Category 4 or 5 the next couple of days. In Belmar, Ashley Johnson with Chasing News.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, I want to turn to a weather expert to tell us exactly what Irma means for Puerto Rico and eventually New York. I'm joined by Mike Ventress from the Weather Company. Mike, you are a tropical storm expert, literally have a PhD in the subject. Good to have you on Chasing News. First question, what should Puerto Rico be expecting right now?
So we are looking at Major Hurricane Irma, which is continuing to rapidly intensify here. We're already up to the second strongest hurricane on record with associated winds just around 185 miles per hour. Puerto Rico does look to be on the south flank of the storm, so it does suggest that winds will be very strong, over 170, 175 miles per hour out of the west.
What about New York? What do you think in terms of the residual effect, or is it possible that one of those models has it coming a little bit more north?
So the track of Irma gets very tricky right around the weekend. There's a number of models that suggest Florida should be the main focal point of landfall. But there is also some evidence that Irma may sneak up the eastern seaboard. But the probability of getting any type of hurricane force winds out of Irma in New York are probably less than 20% at this point in time.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Before we get all worked up about Irma, remember Harvey, the devastation in Texas and Louisiana, still very real. There are folks in our area that have gone down there personally to help out. One of them, friend of the show, and the district chief of staff for Congressman Tom MacArthur, Frank Luna, is in a truck on his way to Houston. He joins me now. Frank, how are you? Welcome back to Chasing News.
Bill, always happy to hear from you. What's going on?
So tell me, where are you right now? What are you doing? I know this is Pastor Joe Mangino sitting next to you from South Jersey. Tell me what you guys are doing.
We got a truck full of supplies. Both of us were hit by Sandy, and Joe was really active down in Southern Ocean County, just making sure that region got back together. So we got a truck full of supplies. We're in Louisiana right now, heading down to Texas. We're going to hit 2 towns, drop a bunch of stuff off, get our hands dirty, get to work, and spread some good vibes and love and do what we can to help people out.
So how do you know where to go and who to talk to? Are you joined up with the Red Cross, local government?
Joe has a good contact down in LaPorte, Texas, from some community groups down there, and I have a contact in Port Arthur, Texas, that we're going to go shoot over. All right, so do me a favor,
just hand the mic to Pastor Joe. I just want to ask him, Joe, you've got an organization called START. So just tell me about your community organization. How'd this happen for you? What road did you take to all of a sudden end up in a truck in Louisiana on your way to Houston?
Yeah, so START, Stafford teachers and residents together, formed 2 days after the storm. I'm the co-founder. My wife is a teacher in Stafford Township, and this group just exploded after Sandy, helping demo over 800 homes in Stafford Township, saving taxpayers about $4 million in cleanup costs. So naturally, when Harvey hit, this is our opportunity to pay it forward to all those people who came and helped us when we needed it. So I am, we loaded up the truck in cooperation with the Stafford Rec Department, and here we are sitting in Louisiana, a few hours away from our destination.
Okay, well, listen, good luck to you guys. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate what you're doing. Frank, of course, we appreciate everything you're doing. Be safe and get back soon.
Thanks, my friend.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, let me bring in our all-star panel to weigh in on not only what's coming up in terms of Irma, but what's happening right now in Texas. Senator Ray Lesniak joins me again. Good to see you, Senator. Thank you for being here.
Nice to be here.
Arlene Perez, good to have you. You are the president of the Hispanic Bar Association. Welcome to Chasing News. And, of course, Jeanette Hoffman, good to see you.
Great
Political
to see
strategist. All right, so instead of starting with you, Jeanette, I'm going to go right back to Senator Lesniak.
We have to come together this way every day.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to have crisis to work together, and that should be our goal. And this is a great example for us to follow.
Arlene?
Put the politics aside and just get down to the work that needs to be done. That's what we should be doing.
Yep.
I think
Jeanette,
this is awesome. I love all the New Jersey support going to Harvey. I mean, there's so many different ways where New Jerseyans are helping out. Local hospitals are having blood drives, and we're sending some of that blood to Harvey. But I would recommend to the people watching, if you really want to help out the Harvey victims, don't send your used stuff. They don't want it. They don't need it.
They want new stuff,
cash.
right?
Yeah, if you have a used microwave, don't send it.
Ray,
send cash.
you got here from the Jersey Shore, spent a nice weekend at the shore. You worried about Irma?
I think we always have to worry right now. We're obviously much better prepared than we were before, but we have to make sure that maybe these guys should be turning back as soon as possible. Hopefully they don't have to, that we won't have to be concerned about it.
Okay, thanks, guys.